Hello and welcome to Make It Make Sense with Auntie. I am Auntie, of course. Today we have an exciting show for you today. There's a lot that is going on in the world. So we are going to touch on a couple of different topics. Unfortunately, Show Out won't be in the building tonight, but he is there at the Amalie Arena with the championship game for night 2. So he will be there. He'll try to tap in if he is able to. Again, not sure if we're going to get a visit from Miss K, but we will be blessed if she is able to come in the building. So what the Auntie have going on? Let's talk about that before we get started with the show. If you don't know it, well, today officially begins Auntie's birthday season. And yes, I said Auntie's birthday season because it is a season. I plan on celebrating the entire month. So today does begin that. My birthday is May 24th. With that being said, if you have not been paying attention, the flyers are circulating. If you would like to be in attendance, this is your time to come out and celebrate. And you hear it all the time. People say free for me. This is a free event. Now, your drinking is on you. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. But as far as being in the building amongst some, fun people, thank you, Walter. Thank you, Walter. Oh, look at Walter. But you got a month. So you got a month. Well, you know what? You right. You absolutely correct. Started off at the beginning of the month. That's right. That's right. But yeah, so if you are in the Tampa area, Riverview area, any of the surrounding areas, if you are there, most definitely you are invited to come out and celebrate with Auntie. I do plan on giving out 2 VIP tickets, which will allow you to come and actually celebrate in VIP with Auntie. Now, what this night entitles, I'm going to let y'all know a couple of things. I ain't going to tell y'all everything, but listen, there is going to be live entertainment in the building. I have a special performer who will be in the building, which is a wonderful, wonderful friend of mine. I call her Baby Daddy. Baby Daddy going to be in the building. She going to give y'all a show, and it is one night only. If you from Tampa, we have Crazy. He going to be in the building. He is performing, and I am so excited. Like I'm excited. Y'all don't understand how excited I am. If you know me, my birthdays are a big to do, and usually my birthdays are not about me. It's about me celebrating with everybody else. Something that I don't normally do. I mean, I do, but I don't. When I say that, I spend a lot of time talking to people. I spend a lot of time helping people through their problems. And so that's one day that I actually get to celebrate me. And in celebrating me, I actually celebrate everybody. So I am super excited for that. But we're going to get into the show and we're going to talk more about that. And y'all going to hear a lot more about that because it's my birthday season. So yes. And I'm telling y'all, it's something I've been doing since, I think, 2018. Before that, I celebrated my birthdays. But 2018, I actually started celebrating me. I went through a whole lot that year. And I didn't know that it was the beginning of a whole bunch of other stuff that I was going to go through that year. But I did. And in the midst of everything that I was going through, I always celebrated me for my birthday. So yeah, I'm excited. But if you before I skip past it, if you are coming out to the event, this is a event we are celebrating from the 1920-30 era. So this is Harlem's Nights Part 2. It is Welcome to Auntie's Boom Boom Room. I'm telling y'all, we're gonna have fun. So come out, be dressed the part, proper attire. I'm asking everybody for the attire, but if you don't have it, that don't mean don't come out and celebrate. Like what even the Bible tell you, come as you are. So if you don't have it, I'm not telling you to go out there and spend no money to come out. That's not what it's about. I'm not telling you that, you have to go crazy. If you don't have no money, this is one of the chances. Maybe you be embarrassed. You can't go to the club with your friends because you don't ever have the money to go out. Well, this is the time you don't even have to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about your money situation. Just come on out, celebrate, get you a concert in there. You know what I'm saying? You rarely get that. Most people want you to come and pay and do all that. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to just come out and have a safe and fun time and make it make sense with Auntie. All right, so we're gonna jump into it because there's, like I said, it's a lot of stuff that is going on. First, I want to send the condolences out to our Catholics in the passing of our Pope. So we do want tongue tied. We do want to send our condolences out in the midst of everything going on. Also, if you in the Tampa area, I just seen that Christ the King Church has their carnival, and if you are from Tampa, you know that is something to do. When their carnival comes in, it's at there are a Catholic church here in Brandon, Valrico area here, and they have this huge carnival that's like a fair. And they start, like I think she said it starts tomorrow or something like that. So y'all know I'm going to the carnival. I am definitely going to go to the carnival. Now let's go. Let's see what's going on in the news. So I did have a couple of things. I had some of my listeners that sent me some suggestions for some things that they wanted me to talk about tonight. So we are going to address them. Well, I guess I might as well address it now. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it. Did Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump. So apparently today, Trump issued the executive order allowing teachers to physically discipline students. Now, this is where we are about to have war in the classroom. So I don't know if that's what he's itching for. This whole, I don't know. But this right here, I don't see this playing out well. I really don't. And I'm going to say this because now I came up when teachers were allowed to paddle you. I came up in that era. So I was one of the students. I think we probably was the last era that they allowed the spanking in the schools. And that's down here in Florida. So I don't know how it goes in other schools, but I remember, and I was attending Moore Elementary. Rest on Miss Suarez. She gone on now. But I remember this lady used to spank us. You know what I'm saying? She would spank us, and she had no problem with doing it. And our parents would sign a piece of paper that said, yes, the school is allowed to spank your child. However, at that period of time, we did have teachers that would do little things to us. Because I remember I had a teacher that abused me in the classroom. She abused me and one of my friends in the classroom. So I'm not going to say that, the abuse it doesn't happen. But I am going to say that I think that this is opening a door for some crazy stuff because we already have situations where the parents will justify some behaviors that may or may not be warranting some of the responses that these children are receiving. And then we have the situations where we do have people that will just pick on, bully, and do things because they know that they don't have a support system that's going to listen. Now, when it comes to the putting the hands on the kids, I know my listeners out there, I want y'all to, I need somebody to tell me. Y'all need to help me make it make sense. DC, how you feel about this? What y'all tell me? What y'all think about this? I know one of my listeners, he said he gonna try to tap in. He had sent me the story. And I see a couple other people are, responding to it. Let me see if I can get him to respond. We're gonna see if he can tap in here at work. So my show does come on at 5:00, but that is not a deterrence. There you go. All right, he in the building. So, Mr. Goon, how do you feel about this whole Trump situation? How do you feel about him giving permission for the spanking and the paddling and things to be put back in school systems? I mean, to actually sign it into like every school. I was beat by nuns and I'm okay pretty much. I mean, but see, I think it was different though, because like back in the days, we would do stuff, we did stuff that warranted like getting in trouble. The kids that are nowadays, you're giving permission to children that we see that are going into school with weapons. We see all types of stuff happening every single day that's happening with children. Now we're telling them that a person that's frustrated with them don't want to spend, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel some type of way because I don't think it's going to be like that because you have the teachers that are frustrated with the system, and it's not to call anybody out or to say that that's what's going to happen. But I see like here in my own city that they're going, back up against the board for pay. against the union and stuff. So if you have frustrated teachers that's already frustrated with the system, don't feel like they're getting paid, they're already removing a lot of the material for our children that they're supposed to be in the school learning. So if you're removing the large part of the education in the school system, like what are you replacing it with if now we're incorporating punishment? Because now it seems to me like we have now just completely just merged the lines between the school and the prison system, like they had already been saying. I mean, that's personally because if now we've resulted to the point of let's go ahead and we're not going to get the children under control. We're not going to work on the education that they're receiving, but we're going to skip all the way past to what's causing them to behave and all of a sudden act the way they're acting. And we're going to jump straight to let's go ahead and allow them to be spanked in the classrooms. And because I have a story about that, this right here, it really is triggering something with me. Because I have a young lady who I have been working with for a couple of months now, and she has a son that goes to school here in Hillsborough County. And this child is an autistic child with some other behavior issues that goes along with it. When I met this young lady, it was, we was having a conversation about her son. And as we were talking about him, she was telling me all of the stuff that these teachers were saying about him and doing. So I just told her, just bring me his IEP so I can read over everything. Let's go over it and see how we can fix this situation, because every single day, he's being removed from classrooms. He's being put into isolation. And they're saying he's acting out more and more. So as I was, we was reading through the paperwork, I think I told y'all a bit about this, but as I'm reading through the paperwork, I see that they're taking him from things that he's supposed to be going to. They're putting him in isolation. They're removing items from him when they consider it to be an issue or a behavior problem. Now, where I'm going with this is last week. Okay, so at my job, so the young lady works with me, but at my job, they shifted my shifts. So now I work night shifts. And so I don't get to work with this young lady as much. But as I came in the other day, I walked into her and she asked me, had I seen her grandson? So I'm thinking, her son. So I'm thinking, maybe he's in the building or something. And she was like, no, he looked like Frankenstein. So I'm like, oh, he dressed up or something. That's what's coming to me. As she's saying this to me, not thinking that what I'm about to see is as drastic as it was going to go. She then proceeds to show me a photo of this young man. Have in mind, this young man, I think he is maybe about 10, 11, somewhere in the age range, but he's not over 12. He says, I feel that this is just another example of how out of touch we are. So you're going to tell me a teacher can whoop my child, but let me do it, and you're going to call DCF. Listen, I knew you was going to come with it. Whoo, I knew it. It's the bloodline, bro. It's the bloodline. That is. That's the question for the hour. And I want to know, if the system says that we are not allowed to spank our children, if you are not allowed to discipline your own child, how can a president give schools the right to spank children? How? Bruh, I knew it. I just knew it. It's not going to be able to make sense. We finna have a war. There's no way, because, and again, that's a very, very good point. If your child cannot be disciplined by you, so we have literally given away all power. We have silently sat back. I'm gonna say how I want to. I'm country. I'm all that. and allowed the system and its constituents to come around in our homes and dictate everything that we've done. We have literally given away the power of our children. And now your child cannot be disciplined by you. But your child can be disciplined by the school. I remember Auntie said a couple of months ago, I remember a show, I'm going to go back and find the show, I said it. I said, it's a lot of y'all parents that don't want to be parents because your child spends the majority of the day with them. There are a lot of parents that rely on the school system to raise their children. Well, here it is. Like, what now? They're taking away all the power from you as a parent. I think that's literally what I think. I don't see a way around it. Unless, somebody need to take away his pen though. And I love him to, you know what I'm saying? Like, people have their own mindset. They're allowed to think what they want to. But at this point, we need to take away his pen because he is just writing and just signing and just doing entirely too much. Too much. Like, we were gonna go back, like, dang, where it just went. That story is flying by. Hold on. Goon, if with this being in place, how do you feel as a parent, how do you feel this is going to affect the household? And that's for everybody, but you know what I'm saying? How do you all feel that this is actually going to is this going to hurt the household as a whole? Because if your child can't be disciplined by you, but the teacher can discipline them, do you feel that your child is going to respect you? Do you feel like this is going to build this man just keep doing? And his birthday coming up too, y'all. Y'all know he a Gemini. So, like, this man tripping. We don't, like, so y'all know all the Geminis don't agree with this mess. I told y'all before. My thing with him was, I agree with the person from the perspective of he say what he gonna do and he say it to you, so that you know that's me. So a person that can tell me that that's what they gonna do and then like say it to me and then they do it, like, you made me a believer. So it's not like I can say, oh, he ain't gonna do that because we've seen him do that. But does that mean that I agree with the decisions and stuff that he's making? Absolutely not. I don't agree with none of that mess. I just learned right before the show came on that we had 2 people right here in Tampa that have been deported with all this stuff that's going on right now, and they're working trying to get the families back over here. I also seen like there's another story about that they were started, so I'm gonna have to go read more on because I didn't really get to hear as much on it as I wanted to. Something about the grandfather birthrights of being here, and like how if your parents was born over here and you're born over here, that you got your grand. No, he trying to change that too. So it's a lot of stuff that's like taking place. So no, I absolutely do not agree that the decisions that are being made, like I had this conversation, it's a 4-year, but we're allowed, this man is making life altering decisions like right now. We are no longer talking about, and we are still the war that's going on with everything. He's still making tweets about that. Like, this is the time, like, we need to be focusing on us. He focusing on some other stuff, and this is not that. These people are like real deal dropping bombs. I was just looking at the news like last night. They that's going on while we over here dealing with so much stuff. And now on top of dealing with this, we're being told that, and meanwhile, there go my word, meanwhile. And when you hear me say meanwhile, I always say meanwhile when they make something very, very big on TV and in the news, and then we have the background stories, that's going on, that's taking place, that's I mean, because all of it affects us, but it's the things that affect you, like right now at this moment, decisions that are being made on your behalf, while we're focusing on trying to make him focus on the needs of us. So I think that's going to be the biggest issue with this whole thing, and I do believe that in the near future we are going to see a lot of uproar, especially when it comes to this, because we're finna see the parents and the teachers and the teachers and the parents and the students and the teachers. It's just finna be a lot. It's gonna be a mess, and that's gonna be a reason to instill practices that we don't want. But y'all be trying to get me on this political stuff. Leave me alone. We're finna change the subject because y'all be trying to get me. Y'all want to get me on news. Y'all got to make sure y'all tune in tonight at 11. Well, y'all can tune in with Mr. King with the politics because he be politicking. I'm telling y'all, listen. Y'all to get me on that one. Y'all ain't gonna get me on Making Make Sense with Auntie. I'm gonna get him. But yeah, just before I tap off that one, yeah, I feel as if this is gonna be something that we're gonna have to stay mindful and tuned in, especially if we got children in school systems, because we already see that they act like they don't care about them. Some of them do, and if you give them, the authority to go and put their hands on them when they feel like the children not listening, or that's a whole door that's going to open up to a lot of mess, and that's what I believe. And I don't believe that right now that's something that makes sense to Auntie. Like, that really doesn't make sense to me that he would just make a decision like that. But then again, y'all know who we talk about. So sometimes you got to to pay attention to what's going on around you, for sure. Because this is insane. I don't think that allowing somebody to put their hands on the children now when they don't have control in classrooms is a wise decision. But okay, that's you're right. Taurus, and my best friend is a Taurus, and so I know how bullheaded they are. So you're right. Thank you. That he said he homeschooling. We are only preparing these kids for prison or the grave. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. And I speak every day, but we definitely homeschooling because it's about to be chaos in the schools. Most definitely. I have been asked by a few people. We know exactly. You're a Taurus. You are the prime example of what we have in the White House. Meanwhile, we're finna be at war because before this last year, it would be war. Because he said he is going to be the last president. Why? Because we can't have an election during the war. 100%. And that's the problem, that we are making, that one man is making decisions based on his life. I don't think it's fair. I think that what's being done is, if y'all pay attention, I tell you all the time, if you don't know, if you have not read, you need to go back. If you don't know your history, you need to go back and look at the 1950s to understand what they mean when they say make America great again. If you pay attention to my show, as one of my courses in class, I was taking 1950 history. And as I was taking this class, I learned so much that even though, you heard the stories about the different things that went on, because my era is, I love the 20s, 30s, 40s, like 50s, those eras back then, because there was a lot of stuff to learn. It wasn't just about, and I'm not saying that it's not about slavery and things, but I always wanted to expand my mind, so I like to learn. And I did. I enjoyed learning history. Like, those were subjects that I really did like. So I was all caught up in the war because I love the Diary of Anne Frank. And not so much as saying that loving it because it was such a traumatic story, but the fact that I was able to, experience what went on in that time frame from the mind of somebody that actually was going through it in that time frame. So I I did. I got caught up in that era, and it just took me on. But when I got into the 1950s, and I started to learn about the American dream, and you have to go back and look at what the American dream was, down to the commercials that they had that were made, down to the ads in the papers. So we see that. But if you look across the countries at what we were going through at that time frame, which is what was known as the Cold War, which lasted all the way until the 80s when Reagan was in office. But if you actually go and do your history, like look at what's going on, and you will see when they tell you that history repeats itself, yeah, it repeats itself if somebody is there to dictate it to make that happen. And I know them, I'm gonna leave that alone because listen, I love my show, I love where it's at, I don't want to play. But y'all ask Auntie to make it make sense, and that's what I'm gonna do. That's just keeping it 100. You want to go learn your history before they erase the history, because then you won't know what they talk about. But if you actually go and see what's going on, that's literally what's taking place. This is what I see, and I'm talking about literally like almost verbatim what's going on in the world. So if you pay attention to what's going on, then you will see it's basically like hitting a reset button, which would explain so much. But I'm gonna leave that alone. You know, I don't like politics, and truthfully, I've lived, but it's gonna be hard for the next generation ahead, and most definitely. But you know, and I tell people I don't like politics, but we live politics every day, and it has surpassed what it used to be, because there used to be a separation, and now that has blended, because now it is welcomed into our homes, and our everyday decisions that are being made. So when we say that, like, I don't like it, I don't like really having those conversations, but I will. It's not that, and I see a lot of people that will say, oh, you know, you don't say nothing because you don't know. And baby, that's far from the truth, because baby, I'm so educated with it. And that's a lot of the times reasons why I don't have certain conversations with certain people, because I am educated on the topic, and I know for a fact that we won't have an equal conversation. But he tripping. And yeah, he tripping, and yeah, he's definitely tripping. He definitely tripping. Let me see. I had it's a couple more things, because we got to talk about a lot of this stuff that's happening, and I see these toxic women, and we gonna talk about them, and I talk about them all the time, and they get mad at me, and I just can't. I know we have a lot of toxic men, like toxic men, and a lot of toxic men have become toxic because of a woman. And when I say that, it's not because of the woman that they dated. We know we've had conversations about the mothers being the reasoning behind a lot of stuff that goes on. But we have what is it? Which one? I told you it's been one of those days. Is this the one? I have to find this one story that I had. Oh no, that's the one with the discipline of the children. But I want to talk about it. So if you haven't heard, what y'all think about this young lady that unalived this gentleman on Easter? Mr. I think it's McKees. I don't want to say it the wrong way when I say his name. Let me find it. Shoot. I don't want to. I want to make sure I say it the right way. But this story is circulating right now. The young lady, her name is Shatise. I want to say Shatise Johnson. I think that is her name. Hold on, where did it go? Yeah, right here. The young lady's his name is Marquise James Bostic, and her name is Shatise Jackson. I apologize. In Birmingham on Easter. So listen, I tell y'all all the time, there are some very, very toxic women in the world. Yes, we have toxic men, but there are some very, very toxic, deranged women. There are some women out here that literally need to be alone. They need to be in rooms with padded walls. There are women that just don't need to be incorporated with human society. And this young lady is actually one. I'm not going to like put her picture all over my page. I'm not going to give her that glory. Y'all can go look her page up, look her picture up, because apparently, I don't know if they beat her, but like they scalped. I don't know. But this young lady is a young lady that was, from everything that I've seen and heard, this young man had taken care of her. He had taken care of her with her kids, prior to the children that they had together. They had a family together. They're like looking at her post, that he just posted Valentine's Day, that he had just upgraded her and purchased her a 5-bedroom house. And it was, I mean, just all this stuff. They were showing like all the times that he would take her out, he would do stuff to her. I mean, for her. And we talk about it all the time. We always say, because I seen the comments and the first thing was like, well, y'all don't know what was going on behind closed doors. And y'all are absolutely correct. We don't know what was going on behind closed doors. But there has been some, the information that has been passed and been released and that has been seen. And what was going on behind closed doors was apparently that he was in a domestic violence relationship where he was the victim. And it was not well known out and about. And on Easter Sunday, in front of this man's entire family, after celebrating all day, I seen her comments about she had a gun pointed to his head at one point in time, and there were shots fired. But when the police came out, nobody was taken on the first incident. They will later return that night and find him pinned between her truck and the home. So she ran him down, killing him in front of his entire family on Easter. So, I mean, it sickens me, as a survivor, that, so I know that it's true. Like, it happens. There are people out there. And because my partner was a female, I know that crazy women exist. I have craziness inside of me, but I'm not just out here attacking people because they don't want to be with me or because I don't want to take accountability. And accountability, y'all know I talk about it all the time. People do not want to accept it, but they want you to accept them. And that it doesn't work like that. So, yeah, so we're, shout out, it's not shout outs. I'm choosing the wrong words today. Not shout outs, but we want to send condolences to his family, of them. And I hope and pray that she gets exactly what she deserves, because there's nothing that you can say. There is nothing you can say to take back what you've done, and you know exactly what you've done, and it's sad. Now, on to the next story, because y'all know all the stories I ask y'all to make them make sense. So, where is it at? I just went past it. Is this? Okay. So listen, I know as a podcaster, we up here, we engage, we want to, I haven't got to the level of, well, I am a YouTuber, but I'm not on there doing all the videos like everybody does. So, the people that get famous for traveling and doing all these dare stunts and stuff. But so there is a US YouTuber who apparently decided that he thought it would be okay to fly to an isolated island. Why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? And when you get to these people island, you offer them a Coke, and you offer them, I think it was a coconut. Like, so you go in an uninhabited land with people that do not deal with the outside world. You fly over there, and then you offer these people a Diet Coke. I think this, like, the level of disrespect is insane. I don't know what that was. Just stash on my phone. Somebody just sent me something. Looks like a what is it? A live where somebody just found the body of somebody. I don't want to, not especially not on live. I can't on the air. I can't just pull that up without going through that to see exactly what that is about. But to the person that sent it to me, I'm not ignoring it. I am going to review it. Oh, the other story. Okay, so this is something else that somebody says to the discussion of these funeral homes. I'm not sure what is going on, because I see like a lot of these funeral homes are being exposed. if you've been paying attention, to the news and things, I just seen, a couple weeks ago, they had the funeral home where the lady they were looking for the body of her, I think her mother or somebody, and walked into a open building that was under construction that actually had bodies laying on the floors and in garbage bags and just everywhere. And they actually, that one of the people that actually went there to confront one of the workers was actually stabbed at that particular funeral home. Well, as I'm going through, somebody sent me one, and it says that this one here, there was another one, and I went and watched the video. A young lady who was waiting on a family member, because she was supposed to go in to do the young lady's makeup to prepare her for the service, and when she got there, she says that the body still had the fluids inside, so that there were actually the body was hemorrhaging while she was trying to put makeup on. And I'm not understanding, because if with all of the money that they are charging people to bury, because it's expensive. We all know that. We see the GoFundMe's and we see the insurance policies, and we see, and if you bury somebody, we know it's easily 10 grand to go out and to do a funeral. What is happening? Like, what is going on? Why are so many funeral homes being exposed for improper handling of bodies? Like, what is going on? I also seen that there was another, I mean, I guess that's a whole rabbit hole that y'all gonna send Auntie down to, with the exposing of doctors and morticians and stuff going on, because even with the stories, I seen one that was the guy who admitted to selling the organs from the body. So he was actually taking the bodies in and he's selling organs from inside the funeral home. It's just too much going on. People are like, the dollar, that almighty dollar, they told you like it was literally the root of all evil. And y'all doing some crazy stuff. Like it's too much. Y'all giving Auntie stress. Y'all is literally giving Auntie stress. Like, I mean, who was this one? What about the dude in the bulletproof vest? Oh, right, I saw that. And so, and if you tuning in here in Brandon, the police, I think that was yesterday, right? How you doing? Hey there, Sheriff. How you doing? Just recently down where exactly like in my area of the woods. And what's crazy is I literally just transferred from the location that is in that very, very area. Exactly. It's about the money, not about the loved one. I just like relocated my job from that area of where this young man was at. But we had a man that was in a full tactical gear, like basically with gun, ready to go to war. So walking down streets here. So as we see that it is the world, it is crazy. We have to we got to be prayed up. You need to teach the children how to pray. You better believe in something and stop falling for anything. We are like at war, and I don't know if that's what they think that's gonna make this is great again. But listen, this is not this is not the time for anybody to be not involved. This is not the time, because whether we realize it or not, and if we haven't paid attention, it has been evident that when what you don't do, it trickles down, because we've seen it. We've all been a part of it from whatever, from whatever standpoint you've been a part of this situation. We see it happening right before our eyes. They're destroying our children. They're destroying where we live at. And if we do not get together, if we do not get it together, we are out of here. Like, we will be erased. Talk about the man with the assault rifle in Brandon. Yes, that's what we were just talking about, the man with the assault rifle in Brandon. I'm saying it's the boldness of what is taking place. I also seen a video of two young men. It was two Two little black boys were actually it was a young white man that was walking down one of the streets, and I guess they was friends or used to be friends, or they all just live in the same neighborhood. But the young man was walking down the street with a gun, literally pointing, talking about he'll kill people, he will do this. This is what he's saying he would do. And these two young men actually were fighting and tackling this boy to take the gun away from him. Like we've opened the doors, we've just handed them weapons. We were just talking about the fact that we've taken away the parents to discipline the children in the household, but this man just gave the schools the right to discipline them. This is what we need to come together. I'm trying to say we need to come together as one. And I don't mean the blacks and the whites. Yeah, the branding store. All right, y'all. We're going to take a look at this situation that we had recently up the street around the corner from where we are, right here in Hillsborough County. Like, Hillsborough County doing too much, too.
Starts now.
Good evening. I'm Haley Hines in for Allie Corey.
I'm Mark Wilson. So glad to have you with us tonight. First at 10, we're learning that the man who dressed up like he was getting ready to go to war while walking along the street in Brandon first thing this morning had prior interactions with law enforcement. Deputies tell us there is video of Vincent Morin at the door. Here it is, of two young girls on the other side, which led to a chat between Morin and law enforcement. Let's bring in Fox 13's Jordan Bowen, who looked into this for us tonight in our newsroom. Hi there, Jordan. What exactly was this interaction between these two?
Well, Mark, the owner of the apartment with this Ring camera says his tenants who live there had known Vincent Morin and lived in the complex, but didn't know him personally. He says one day he showed up at the door while the two younger girls were inside, saying strange things over the camera that led to a house call at his home with deputies.
I hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
This bizarre interaction shows 34-year-old Vincent Morin.
I can hear you. You know I can hear you. It's real. Open the door.
Caught on a Ring camera on February 6th at the doorstep of a Brandon apartment complex.
So, and see, and the fact that he go to somebody's house, talking about he can hear them. So, I'm inside my house, and now I can hear you. But right, so at the going, it said this is when we need to come together and stand as one, and I absolutely 100% agree. Y'all know that's make it man see some Aunti dream. Let's all get together, Mr. Coleman. Yeah, it's very crazy that we are seeing more and more of this. Like, it's not like it's something that that hasn't happened. I mean, it's being exposed, and it's happening so rampant. And is the bodaciousness of it, is the audacity of it from some people. They literally are just like on the level with this. But then it's when we have to take into play that when we spoke a few years ago about how important mental health was, when we were discussing the certain topics that needed to be discussed, because again, I worked in that area. If you would have looked at that video, that brown building was standing in that background right there. My job was literally on the opposite side of that building. So I'm telling you, it's like literally right there. So the fact that this man was walking down the street at 7:30 a.m. with an assault rifle, and he had already been knocking on somebody's door upset because he could hear them in their homes, means that his mind mentally, he wasn't there. It was something else that he had on his agenda. And the fact that these people are just walking the streets fearlessly puts everybody's life at risk. And I don't care how gangster and thug you are. I don't care. I really don't care how gangster and thug you is. If a person that comes that has the mindset of I don't care, and as we see, there are a lot of thugs that really ain't thugging it. So we have some, and I'm not saying at all, because we have some that's gonna stand 10 toes down just like this man, and that's what's scary in society. Because when we start calling out these behaviors, it said don't say that it's your dream. The last one of us to have a dream, they got rid of it. It's your vision, sis. Baby, no, it's whatever. I mean, I feel you on that. But I ain't. Okay, my brother. It's my vision. It's my vision. That's true. I feel you on that. And it's even sad that we have to regroup our words because of stuff like that. That's imposed, and to know that when we do take a stance and when we being heard, that's like the realist, that's what's on the plate. For me, I'm me. I am who I am. Who I'm not, I'll never be. And so they know that when it come to Aunti gonna say what I said, and I meant that. But I do understand what you mean about the dream and the visions, because it is my vision and I work every day to fulfill that vision. I would like for everybody to come along with that. I love you, brother. I would love for to come along with that to be, but I also understand that everybody not me, so everybody not gonna face the same situations the way I do. And even like that man, I had a run in with a man at my job the other day, and I do that all the time. It's sad because I do work at a location where it is surrounded by homeless and transient people and people that have mental illnesses that are walking around that are not receiving an adequate amount of care that they need. And the saddest part about that is that we actually have people that are collecting money for these people, and these people are on the streets, and but we have people that we know for a fact have a mental illness, but because the check was more important, they don't receive the medications, or they don't receive the therapy that they need. So we're going to continue to pray for those minds. I'm also pray for my vision to make it make sense, because we're going to unite. I would love to unite everybody. I would love to get together and come together, and just travel and just do that. Just go and bond with people from other places just to see how life is with them, so that we can make it make sense for real, because it's going to take that in order for us to make America great again, if that's what they're going to say. Because like for real, it's too much. It really is too much. But I'm finna get up off of them for a little piece. It was another story. Was it? Which one? It's just literally so. Okay, so I have a question. This is a question that I'm gonna ask y'all, and then So there was a young lady whose best friend put her daughter out because the daughter told her that the mother's current boyfriend had made sexual advances at her. Goon, this one's for you. The mother then decided that the daughter could not live in the household because when asked, the man did tell her that the daughter made the pass at him. So the mama did go along with that. And but now, so the best friend got involved, which shout out to the best friend. And I'm so happy to see, there it is. There it is, just spoken into existence. Because that's what I've been asking for. So let's make it happen, Mr. Coleman. I promise you I want to make it happen. I promise you. And if you are listening and you want Auntie to come where y'all at, I'm telling you, listen, I'll come. Listen. Y'all set it up. I'll come. I definitely will come. I do not mind. I will definitely come. I'm coming. I will come to make it make sense. I promise you I'm coming. I promise you I will come. I promise you I'm coming. I can't wait to go back to Georgia either. DC, we got to set that up too. I'm going to Georgia. I want to go up there during the week though, so I can go bowl with DC. Even though I can't bowl. But I want to go. But yeah, I'm down for that. Make it make sense tour. Let's see. Ooh. I like the way that sounds. I think we're gonna make that happen. Definitely. I would love to do that. I would love to unite the world. We could do that. Go on tour. Ooh. Auntie going on tour. Who gonna go on tour with me? There it is. Ow. I'm dead serious. Y'all think I'm playing. Let's put that together. Yeah, let's put that together. I'm definitely down for it. Let's link up. If you got something going on in your city, your state, if that's what you got going on, hit Auntie up. Let's make it make sense. Let's travel. Let's do this. I'm here for it. This is what I want in my life. This is what my calling is. So I definitely will unite. I unite and fight. Listen. This is nonviolent. We are promoting positivity. We are making it make sense. And that is what it is. We are coming out and we are doing it with our youth first, because that's who they're trying to take out first. We got to reach our babies because they're the ones that got to make it make sense. They're the ones that got to live here when we gone. Well, you know what I'm saying? They're the ones that got to get that. because we know it, and what they're trying to erase is so our children don't know what we already did. That's why they keep coming up with all this crazy stuff. If you had to watch what's going on in the world. So it's the kids that they attack, and they always say they go for the children, they go for the children, they attack the kids, they attack the kids. Why? We'll attack the old people. Why? Because an old person, I can erase their memories. I can erase them. You know what I'm saying? The young people, I can destroy them before they ever heard of. And when they say, oh, well, I saw this, I can go against that, and there's no way that they can prove that. Make it make sense. Pay attention to what is going on around you. That's how we rewrite history. That is how. So if they're going to erase the pages, then why not fill them bitches with your story? Make it make sense. And that's what we're going to do. If they want to rewrite it, come on, baby. Let's be a part of it. I'm here for it. Give it to me. I'll do it. I'm ready for the tour. See, y'all, now y'all got me excited for the tour. Oh, the other video, I know what it was. I see we got down to the last 10 minutes to get into the little show. But so it was a video. I meant to send it to DC. I don't think I sent it to you. Did I send it to you with the man with the door cam catching the man in the fire? No, I don't think I did. I don't think I did. But it's the story of this man and ladies, and so now we going to the lady side because I told y'all about the abusive women. We're gonna talk about the abusive men as well. We're gonna talk about that as well. There was a young lady who, I'm gonna see if I can find it. It was a young lady who she got away from her, broke up with this man, and she was out of town. Not home or whatever, but her inside cameras recorded a person breaking into her home, turning on all the gas in this woman's home and leaving. You know what I'm saying? Going in the kids' room, like making sure the room windows are sealed and shut, with turning on the gas because this lady did not want him. All right, so we had that video. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna play this video right quick before we get out of here. Well, you have to be careful. So careful. Like, I mean, and we're going to see that they actually caught this man on video, like being recorded. So it's not that you can't say you didn't do it, but you actually didn't know that this woman actually had cameras in her home.
To a woman's house in Mobile. And what he was allegedly doing is equally concerning.
Yeah, police say the man turned the gas stove on and left. Fox 10 News reporter Ariel Mallory spoke with a family member today.
All right, Ariel, first, was anyone hurt?
No, thankfully, Lenise and Cameron, the family was not home when this happened. But as you can imagine, they are pretty shaken up. Now, they feel this may have been an attempt of carbon monoxide poisoning. And that's why the victim's twin sister is speaking out, because she says she wants to see the man behind bars and won't stop until he is.
And now that the mom don't want you anymore, you go in a house and turn the gas on. That's not right to me. It's not.
This video is capturing what could have been a scary situation for one Mobile mother. A man seen breaking into the woman's home and cutting on several gas burners. You can even hear the clicking as he switches them on and walks away. After looking at camera footage, the homeowner says it was her ex-boyfriend. Thankfully, no one was home that night.
So see, stuff like that. So I need y'all to be careful, be mindful who we dating. Shout out to the woman who went, so she must have instilled the cameras, you know what I'm saying, after they broke up for whatever reasons. But shout out for her for provisions. Thank God that nothing happened to her and her children. But this is the level of people that we are dealing with. Everybody is not the same. Everybody not bad. Everybody not good. But this is what we deal with. And that's what I was saying about the whole mental, when we're dealing with the mental illness and we're dealing with dating and we see this stuff going on. Of course, I have so many more topics we're going to definitely talk about. But before we leave, I'm going to remind y'all, this is the beginning of my birthday season. Y'all say that with me. My Cash App is going across the screen. I'm telling y'all, when y'all get me, it actually give right back to y'all. because it's going to go towards my party. If you're coming out, make sure y'all are in the building. If you from Tampa, I will have Crazy in the building. And we definitely don't want to leave the club. So we're going to be in the club all night. I have live performances. We it's free to get in. What is that? Was that him? If you are looking for any of your graphic design artwork, listen, the man is slapping. He getting them out. So we got some shirt orders that's getting ready to go out this weekend. If you want to place an order, if you have a custom design, if you want a custom design made, if you need any flyers, or if you need business cards, reach out to Smooth Transitions Designs. Contact us today for your free consultation with Show Out. If you can't get him on the phone, you can definitely get me on the phone. If you need some specific birthday shirts, memorial shirts, listen, we got you. If you need it yourself, animated cartoons, we got you. Reach out to Smooth Transitions. As a matter of fact, I do have a couple on. We'll see this one. Of course, summertime, HS Soap Company is definitely who you need to call if you are dealing with any skin issues. You need to make sure that you reach out to Mr. Pedro Romero over at the hssoapcompany.com. I promise you, you will not regret this investment in your body, in your family. It is something definitely that is required and needed. If you are dealing with any eczema, HS, if you deal with any psoriasis, you want to reach out, and he does have specials that are definitely worth it. Also, make sure that y'all tune in every Thursday. You catch Aunti. Make It Make Sense with Aunti every Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. And guess what? Now y'all get me a whole extra hour of me. Y'all catch me at 11, BFAM News. Listen, right. When life give you lemons, you have to make it make sense with Aunti. I am your mentor and host. I promise you, if you want to contact me, 656-216-1373. I literally answer my phone. This is my telephone right here sitting beside me. So you will get Aunti on the telephone. Don't just call me playing on my phone, because you will get hung up on and you will get blocked. I promise you. My block game is so strong. Listen. But if you would like to make a donation, if you want to send a gift to Aunti, birthday, any of it, cash out, money sign, AUNTI79. Make sure y'all stay tuned for Speak That Shit with my y'all already know I love me some soap. Y'all make sure y'all tune in, stay tuned in, and tonight, you guys are the worst. And then you get your girl, yours truly. You get me again at 11 with King, DC, and the Sheriff. I promise you don't want to miss the news. It is the news that we have to tell it. And you might as well hear it from us. It's the truth. Like, for real. So make sure y'all stay tuned at 7. I will catch each and every one of y'all next Thursday at 5 p.m. Thank you all for always, tuning in, making it make sense with Aunti. If you in the Tampa area, don't forget May 23rd, Friday night. Lola's is the place to be. It is free. It's going to be fun. It's going to be safe. We're going to have a good time. We're going to turn up. We're going to have a ball. Y'all come to Aunti's Boom Boom Room. I'm excited. It's a lot. Make sure you have on your 1920s, 1930s decor. We're going to have a ball. If you missed the first one, you don't want to miss the second one. And if you came to the first one, you don't want to miss the second one. So make sure that you are in the building. We are part 2, Aunti's Boom Boom Room, May 23rd, Friday night. Crazy is in the building. We got DJ Red in the building. We have Tiger in the building. We have some other special guests that may pop up in appearance in the building. We have VIP available. So if this is if you're looking for something to do, you ain't got no excuse about your broke. This is time. Go in there, grab your clothes, grab you something nice to put on. Come on out, celebrate, have a good time. Just chill. Listen, building on me, drinks on you. Y'all do your big one, have a ball, come out, celebrate. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to it. And thanks for tuning in.